Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another Technolive. And as always, I'm your host, Jack, and with me I have
Dan.
Dan. This is going to be interesting, Technolive, because do you know what I've been up to today? Well, this week, Dan.
Well, I know that you have been very, very busy with the STEM Academy at the Swansea campus.
Yeah, so Swansea Technocamps, we've been having our STEM Academy. If you have visited on one of those days, I hope you had a nice time. And if you're turning up tomorrow, I hope you equally have a nice time. We got some cool things lined up for you. And yeah, it's been interesting. It did rain a bit today.
Yeah,
just to bring in our traditional weather angle.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's been absolutely terrible up here. And maybe this is something that we could look at for a future Technolive, Jack. Something to do with the weather.
Well, build a weather prediction computer.
Or something.
I think we need a few more £1 billion than the budget will extend.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah, some of the biggest supercomputers out there are the weather prediction ones. But yeah, we may be able to simulate some weather or something. But yeah. No, I have to say, my feet. I've forgotten I've had feet. They hurt so much. A
lot of standing up.
A lot of standing up. And, bringing equipment back and forth from the office. Oh, my word. It's been... Anyway, I hope it's all been worth it. I hope you've enjoyed it if you've seen that. And if you've missed out on it, remember you can always check our website, technocamps.com, where you can see some of the things that we get up to, some of the events, some of the things you can sign up for, things like that. Anyway, I thought we'd do something today. I don't know why I left a pause.
I was going to say, I thought we'd do something today.
As if we haven't
we're just
going
to sit here. We'll sit here with the intro on for a whole hour.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch does have the just chatting category, but I don't think YouTube has that. Anyway, so as the title says, we got some Commodore 64 games lined up. So, quick question, Dan. What's the oldest game you've ever played?
Good question. I would say that the oldest game I've ever played was or is Tomb Raider 1.
Tomb Raider 1 for the PlayStation 1, yeah.
Absolutely, from 1995, or was it 6?
6, I think.
6,
Good game, good console. We're going back older. We're going back to 1982 with the Commodore 64. This was a very browny beige computer you could buy. And when you switch it on, you're greeted with this.
There's a lot of obsession with brown, sort of beige.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Back then, wasn't there?
I mean, there's an actual answer if you're interested.
Oh, right, okay.
Back then, plastics were not as well made. So what they did was they put bromine in it to stop them from catching on fire.
Ah, okay.
And basically, all the plastics were kind of browny and beigey because they would needed to be fireproof. Or, well, less fireproof than proper plastic.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was the colour of of quite a few decades, actually.
Oh, yeah, the browny beige was quite something.
Yeah, I kind of miss it. I kind of got some nostalgia for it. Anyway, yeah, this computer, there were no things like, you couldn't press start, there were no icons, there's no internet browser because there's no internet. No, the way you work with this is you either do two things. You either load and play games, or you, create programs. And it's got a very old language. The language even goes right back to 1962.
I'm appreciating the 64K RAM.
Oh yeah, that sounds. I mean, my computer down here to the left of me, that's got 8 gigabytes of RAM.
This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, my PC that I'm currently operating on has 16.
Yeah, I mean, we've come a long old way.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry if you can hear beeping. Sorry, my bread maker's just gone on to the second kneading of the dough.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I love my bread. Anyway, but yeah, so the way that's work, you'd have to program in BASIC, and the interesting thing about BASIC is you type the line numbers yourself.
Oh, that's in. Oh no.
So if you've ever programmed with us before on Technolive, you see that we always have, whenever we're programming in a language like Python, JavaScript, quite often on the left it will have numbers, and each line has a different number. You know, 1 to however many lines. Doesn't work that way in BASIC. In BASIC, you have to type those yourself.
Oh, for heaven's sakes!
And we usually have it so that the first line is always line 10. And the reason is, if we make a mistake, we can't just delete line 10. No, we have to go back and make a new... You know, if we wanted to add anything into the program, we'd have to shuffle everything down unless we were able to go back and put something in like line 9. Which is a nightmare.
Yes.
But let's do a bit of fun. I just need to find my speech marks. There we are. Oh, hang on. Oh, I thought this was going to happen. My keys aren't working.
We have a technical issue.
Technical difficulties. This is going to be a common feature of doing anything with Commodore 64s. Of course, now we can rely on the internet to help us out, but back then, oh no. You had to refer to the actual written manual. Oh, that's all right. I think what the problem was is I just had my joystick bound to the keyboard. There we are.
We definitely should have put a BBC test card in just for this moment.
BBC test card, yeah. Anyway, is there anything you fancy printing to the screen?
Oh, well, I mean, we should start with Hello World, right?
Of course, Hello World, the traditional program. So, yeah, I've just done 10, then a space, then print, then a space, then open speech mark. Let's do Hello World. Oh, by the way, there are no capital letters. It's all capital letters. There's no lowercase letters.
Lowercase. I must admit, the fact that it's just print and then in quotes what you want to print is quite nice, because I know this is what it is, of course, in Python. You know, print and then quote. Normally you could put some stuff in brackets or whatever, you know. But when you think about things like C#, you know, you've got to write out the whole console.writeLine and then put it inside of speech marks. This is what I want to print. And, you know, it takes ages.
Yeah, well, you're going to hate the next bit, I'm afraid. As much as the first bit sounds all right, the next bit is, well, if we want something to happen forever... Instead of putting in a very nice loop, instead we just tell it to go back to a certain line number.
Oh, no.
So my next instruction is going to be go to...
Oh, not a go to.
Go to 10.
No.
Hang on, I just have a quick glance at the internet. I swear there used to be a website that emulated... so you could, you know, if you're watching along at home, you could have a go yourself.
I'm pretty sure a few of my lecturers at Bangor would give you a telling off for using a go-to, Jack.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, I found one. Yeah, so if you want to have a go at typing this in yourself, there's a link I'm popping. Oh, hang on. Oh, I've opened Developer Tools. Oh, no, it's all gone wrong, Dan.
We are...
technical difficulties again.
We're currently experiencing some technical difficulties. Please stand by.
I've had a...
There goes. There's the Developer Tools. It's up on the stream. Oh, goodness gracious.
I just right-clicked. I didn't do anything.
Nice background.
Thank you. It's the default one. Anyway, yeah, so that link I shared in chat. Oh, that's the Mandelbrot. Oh, it's all gone. Oh. Where's my cup of tea? I need a cup of tea.
The link has come through. The
link has come through. You'll get a flash of Mandelbrot in a second from last week. But yeah, back on to back onto C64 Basic. The line go to 10 will tell the program to return to line 10.
Yeah.
And what does it do after going to line 10? It'll go on to line 20, which says go to 10 again, and so on. We've made a loop.
Repeat itself forever. Yeah.
And all I need to do to run this program is type in run and press enter. And we got loads of hello worlds. Which is, the standard.
Which will eventually melt your processor
It
if
will.
you just leave it run forever.
I pressed escape to get rid of that. And it broke it. Well, when I say broke, it fixed it.
Yeah.
If I go list, it'll write my program out again, which will let me edit it. I hope. Yeah, that's another weird thing. Cursors don't really work the same here. I've just added a semicolon at the end. Oh no, it's trying to. My brain's not working today. Let's just quick write out again.
What's the purpose of the semicolon then?
So if you use the semicolon, what it will do is ignore new lines, and it'll put everything on the same line.
Interesting, because of course in things like in things like C and C# and stuff, I mean semicolons are almost mandatory.
Exactly.
Or your line won't run at all.
Yes, if I run this, now we got Hello World taking up the whole screen. Which looks kind of cool as it goes past.
Let's see. The stream's catching up here.
And you could try it with other things as well. So if I type that again, 10, print, open speech mark, and let's try, I don't know.
I'm not sure if this Hello World on repeat on my screen currently is more trippy than Mandelbrot or not.
What I've done there is I've done Shift Q, which types in one of the symbols that Commodore 64 has built in automatically, which should be interesting. It's made the circle symbol. It's a bit like back before they had emoji on the Commodore 64. Mm-hmm. What they would do is all the capital letters would actually be a different symbol. So if I do the capital letters now, we've got Q, W, E, T, Y, U, I, O, P. You get to make some interesting shapes. And so on. But if I just go to
programming in BASIC, you said?
Yes, BASIC with capital letters. B-A-S-I-C. Okay, so let's run it with the... Oh, there we go. We can make a polka dot design. And again, if I type it again, 10, print. Let's do a... try and find the right symbol. No, come on. Ah, there we are. Let's do it with a, I don't know, a heart symbol from... For some reason, they decided to include the symbols from all the cards.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah.
This time I'm doing it without a space in the speech marks. So when I do 20, go to 10, and type run, it'll do all of those. And just fill up the whole screen. Anyway, that's all well and fun. You could program a game like that. It would take a very long time. What we're going to do first, though, is we're actually going to load in a game to this old computer.
Which doesn't mean putting a disc in, and it doesn't mean downloading it from the internet either.
Oh no, it gets really old here, Dan. Okay, so first things first, big flashing images warning. If you don't like flashing images, or if that can damage you in some way, this isn't the stream for you, I'm afraid. Yeah. And I'll explain why the flashing images turn up, but I'm going to load in a game now. And, software updates, go away. Technical difficulties.
It's going well.
It's going well. It's one of those days. It just happened to happen. Just happened to happen on a day where I'm tired.
Well, I think it's kind of nice in a way that it's happening as a nice little, kind of, chaotic live stream send off for me since I'm away next week. Fun to end on a funny, kind of nice end on a funny live stream as opposed to a you've got to have some enjoy.
Of course.
I mean, we enjoy all of these live streams, of course, but when stuff like this happens, it makes them a bit more memorable.
We're going to start with a nice game, though.
Excellent.
Because I've got another game up later, which I've not managed to get to work. So that should be interesting as we struggle through that. Anyway, so what I've done is I've actually put in a audio cassette into the computer. So audio cassettes,
yes.
the things that everyone's got a phone case of them nowadays. They've got the two spools of tape.
My goodness.
And you put them in an old cassette player, and it plays the music.
I mean, what is this object that you speak of, Jack?
I mean, I wish I could bring out my tape player now, but no.
Did you have a Walkman?
Well, that's the thing. You can literally plug your Walkman straight into the computer and load software off it.
My goodness.
In fact, a lot of kids back in the day earned their pocket money by going to the playground at lunchtime or at break and letting their friends copy their games by recording on one Walkman and playing on the other. And that's a way of pirating games back in the day. Because, of course, for the Commodore 64, games were stored as audio.
Mm-hmm.
So it would turn all the ones and zeros of the game into beeps and no beeps.
I mean, I hope this doesn't make me sound particularly hip and trendy, but I at one stage had a Sony Ericsson Walkman mobile phone.
Oh, lovely. Of course, that's not a proper Walkman because you can't stick a tape in it.
No, of course not. You can't put a tape in that. No.
Anyway,
no.
I'm going to type in load, and now it's asking me to press play on the tape. So let me remember the controls for that. Tape. We can play the tape. Okay, flashing warning. Says he. Waiting for it to... Is it broken again? No, the tape is loading. There we are. Now it's loading up Cybernoid 2. Now what it's going to do is the Commodore 64 doesn't actually have enough memory to load up the whole game. So instead, what it has to do is it has to shove some of that memory on the screen as a way of remembering it.
Ah, I see.
Oh, I've just realised... Oh, this is not a day for streaming.
The stream has gone a little funky.
It's gone very funky. My kilobits per second rate is way down. This happened a couple of times, but... Last time it was my neighbour drilling into my internet cable, but I'm not sure what's causing it today. Oh, that's loud. That's loud. Okay, so it started up the loader music. I'm going to enable that so you can hear the cool stuff. And turn it up very slowly.
Just turned on now. Unmuted the video so I can hear it.
Some of the best music, this. Oh yeah, funky. Tell me how it sounds, Dan, and I can turn it up if need be.
No, that's excellent volume.
Excellent. So yeah, so this game takes a long time to load, as do all games on the Commodore 64. All that loading so far is just shown as this image. The rest of the game hasn't even arrived yet.
Now, when you think about it, it's quite incredible, really, how far we have actually come. When you think about something like, how a few months back, Jack, we played on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And, you think about the... I mean, how many... What was it that they were... How much storage did they say that they'd use just for all of the maps and things?
I think it was something like 90... Something... Or 9 petabytes, maybe?
9 petabytes, yeah, it was something like that.
Something ridiculous.
Humongous. So hang on, let me do a quick conversion here while we're waiting for the...
We will be waiting a long time, I'm afraid, so feel free.
Yeah, let's do a quick look. So while we're waiting for some bits to load here. So 90 petabytes. Okay. Right. So to put that into perspective, let's find gigabytes. Okay, it's 9 to the 7 gigabytes.
gosh. Maybe I've got the wrong thing, because that might actually be the size of the whole
apologies.
internet.
Apologies.
No,
I put
it's
90
definitely...
petabytes. It's 9 to the 6. Hang on a minute. 9 to the 6 gigabytes. I apologise. I put 90 petabytes by mistake.
Goodness gracious.
9 to the 6.
Yeah. And now to think that all that was stored on this tape was, must be in the region of about 3 megabytes.
Well, there you go. So if maybe it makes a bit more sense if we say that it's 9 petabytes is 90,000 terabytes.
That sounds
my
cool.
goodness, I can't read today, Jack. It's 9,000 terabytes. I apologise. 9 petabytes is 9,000 terabytes, and therefore, for context, 1 terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes.
Yeah. Oh, the game's loaded.
My goodness, yeah, there's a lot of things happening here.
Yeah, okay, so this is the bit that I need to make sure I get perfectly right, otherwise...
We're in for another technical difficulty.
We're in for another technical difficulties.
There's the game.
Okay, keyboard's not... Okay, let's quickly assign the settings to the keys. Okay, joystick 1, use numpad. Joystick 2, use nout. No. Oh, I've started the game somehow. No idea how. Okay, we're doing it with the weird keys that make no sense.
Alright.
I'm moving up with Q. And I'm moving left and right with O and P.
O and P?
O and P. O is left and P is right.
Well, that's not at all confusing.
And I'm just pressing all the keys now to see which one is fire. Oh, what was that? M?
I heard something.
N. Okay, Q, O, P, and N. Okay, and we're already dead. Okay, first things first, I'm going to actually save a snapshot. Because otherwise... we'll have to load everything all over again.
We don't want this.
We don't want that, and we just died. So let me read. Well, let's try with one. Oh, okay, we died again. Well, the title of this is difficult C64 games, and it's difficult for a reason. Oh, it's to put us back here. Okay. Let's go... Okay, so that's not registering, that's not registering. Select keys for left. A. Select keys for right. D. Select keys for up. And fire, let's use space. Oh, thank goodness. Now I just need to find the accept key. Enter? Oh, come on, please. Please do it. Oh, okay. Ah, we're in. That should be easier now. Okay, let's go down here. Oh, and we died immediately.
We're off to a great start.
We're off to a great start. Okay, let's pick up that thing. And now this bit is always nasty. You gotta get in there in time. We got a weapon. And here is the time that we die. But let's just go straight up and avoid all that mess. Oh. Right. Sorry about my loud keyboard again, but there's not much I can do. And we died. Oh dear. Okay, let's get in there quick before... No. Did I say difficult? I don't think I've mentioned difficult enough yet.
Well, I mean, it's the title of the video.
Okay. Now, this bit... Okay, they come down from the top, and we got... game over. Let's give it one more try. One more try. Please enter your name into the Hall of Fame. Help. Okay, let's do it with keyboard. Keyboard. Start game. There we are. Start game.
I mean, there's hours of entertainment here.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You'd buy this game for, you know, £6 or £7. Get it on cassette. You load it in. It'd all go wrong. You clean the cassette. Hopefully, you can get in again.
Is that £6 or £7 today, or £6 or £7
back then?
In the 80s, my goodness.
Yeah, so that would cost you quite a few weeks' pocket money. That would.
That would have been. Well, hang on. Let's. One moment. While you're just doing that, Jack.
Oh, sorry, that's a very tight corner, that one.
So this is from what year did you say? 1982.
So Cybernoid, I think, is the game that we're playing. Cybernoid 2, I think, is a bit later than that.
Right. Let's have a look. I'm just having a quick look on a quick inflation calculator.
I'm gonna hide here whilst.
Okay, so £6 in 1982 is worth £21.72 in today's money.
Wow. Oh, crumbs. Oh, that's not fair. Sorry, they came into the bit I was hiding in. Oh, this game. Okay, one more go. Let's hope it doesn't give us a Hall of Fame. It is giving us a Hall of Fame. Go. Oh. Blah. Okay. Let's try again. Let's go. Have you noticed something, Dan? There's no sound effects in this game.
No.
Well, that's the reason is there's not enough computer power to be able to play sound effects and music at the same time. So we got music selected at the moment.
Isn't it strange?
Yeah. The fact that our games have music and sound now is quite a luxury.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is that something I collect or something that lands on me? It's hard to tell. Okay, I think we're doing better this time.
Ooh, the stream is having some minor issues.
Oh, my internet gone again.
Stand by. I will notify you upon recovery, but I'm afraid it is currently not great.
Well, I wish I could show you me going to the next room, but I had to move on, otherwise I was going to die. So...
Oh yeah, we are struggling a bit this end.
Yeah, 800 kilobits per second, that's shocking.
Oh, that is... Oh, we've recovered. Kind
of. Let's hope. Oh well. I'm going to die soon anyway, so I don't think it's going to matter. Okay, let's just nip in there. Nope. And I've been crushed. Oh, and there we are. There is Cybernoid.
So there we go.
That's one of quite a few games out there, and that's one of the better ones, actually.
Right.
Let me just reset the emulator. And we are back to the quiet and the calm. And there we are. Oh, hang on, we got a little bit of audio feedback somehow.
Oh no, that was me.
Oh, no worries. Yeah.
Just checking the audio.
Just checking the stream's actually running for once.
Yeah, that was me.
I mean, we are down to 2,000 kilobits. I don't call that running very well. I think this one's a dud, Dan. I think this one's a dud.
But we haven't had a live stream with technical issues in a while.
We haven't. Well, Nia and I did have one back when we did Make Code Arcade. We did a game called Res.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, something's up. It's just not our day today.
No, I mean the rain's come back.
Actually, that might be it. It might be the weather.
Jack can't feel his feet. It's technical issues.
My throat has given up and left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, there's a couple of websites I thought I'd post a link to. That give you an actual guide to writing some C64 basic programs. One of them from Adafruit. Adafruit do a lot of educational electronics. Sometimes a bit too expensive in my point of view, but still, they've got some very cool guides. So one of them is how to do one of these mazes. And that's using the same print command as we previously did. But if I pop onto that, nice. Yeah, the way that this one works instead, so we got our usual 10 for line 10, we got print. What we're going to send it this time, though, is a command to clear the screen. So, CLR / home, then close bracket. Yeah, and it might seem kind of cheating to be typing it in off a website. However, that's how thousands of young people learned how to program in the 80s. There was no internet to go on. There was no Technicamps, definitely that. There were no computer science lessons in school. No, the only way you could learn to program was to buy a magazine.
There wasn't even a Jack and Dan.
There wasn't even a Jack and Dan, no. Yeah, you had to buy a magazine and you had to turn to a page where it had something cool on it and type in the code that was printed in the magazine. And you can imagine that, typing out a 300-line bit of code and then realizing that you've made a typo on line 2. Anyway, sorry.
I believe this is a frustration which my mum recalls back from when her childhood with my grandfather trying to type out lines of code on, not sure what console. It could well have been a Commodore 64, actually.
Any chance it could have been a Sinclair ZX Spectrum?
Quite possibly.
Yeah. So the Commodore 64 was popular, but it was far less popular than the Sinclair ZX Spectrum.
Well, I do recall Mum saying that he used to get particularly frustrated with the typos, which amuses me a lot. Now that I feel the same frustration when I have a typo in my code.
So what I've done here is on line 10, I'm printing the command to clear the screen. And on line 20, I'm choosing a character. Now, the characters on the Commodore 64, as I said, you get you get the letters A to Z, and you get the numbers 0 to 9. But you also get other symbols like, as I said, the weird the line shapes.
Yeah, is it using a particular library? Or is it...
Well, actually, it's using a set of symbols that were created for the first Commodore computer.
Right.
And the set of symbols is called PETSCI.
Right.
And it was drawn by the son of the person who kind of brought the company to life.
Right, okay.
So it's PETSCI, and there's lots of symbols in there. What we're doing is I'm telling it to select a certain symbol from the list of all symbols, and I'm asking it to select symbol 205.5. And then what we're doing to 205.5 is we're adding either 0 or 1, depending on what the random number is gonna spit out of this RND, standing for random function.
Random. Mm-hmm.
So this random function says pick any number randomly up to 1, and what we're doing is we're taking the slash symbol and we either add 0 onto it, which means we do 1 slash, or we add 1 onto it, which means we do the next slash.
I was going to say, so it's not considering decimal numbers here, it's just whole numbers, and therefore it's either going to choose 0 or 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And then on line 40 or 30, or any line after 20, we're going to say go to line 20, so it's going to repeat that. And hopefully, if the magazine, or in this case for us the website we're typing it in off, has printed it right and has not made any mistakes, we should get the program to run.
Absolutely. Let us have a look.
Oh, nice. Now I've realised we've done something without you without realising it, Dad. We've done yet another maze generator.
We have.
We're kind of obsessed with those. We've done them with Minecraft before.
Yes, we have. It's a very it feels, I'm not quite sure if you agree, Jack. Maybe not exactly the same, but it feels very early Windows
Oh
screensaver-esque.
yes, definitely.
Not directly the same, but certainly similar.
I know where you're coming from on that.
Mm.
I've definitely got a thing for old Windows screensavers. In fact, if my other computer had fallen asleep, I'd be showing you the what my current screensaver is. It's the old Windows XP one.
The the one with the bouncing logo?
Almost. Yeah, hang on. I want to see if I can run it, actually. Sorry, quick diversion whilst this plays out.
Mm.
Oh, least focused stream ever, I think.
It's all right. We've had chaotic, busy week.
Chaotic circumstances, yeah. I can't remember how you even get to screensavers on Windows 10. Because, of course, we don't really need them anymore. Our modern day screens don't do anything.
No, we just
if you leave them running, they don't burn in.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas they used to, and that's why you had screensavers. Anyway, we're going to dip out a second of the 1980s and go to the early 2000s with my current screensaver. It's the Windows XP screensaver.
Stand by. I'm just awaiting the stream to change.
There we are. Just a beautiful waving flag.
Just a moment. It's still catching up. I'm waiting and very eagerly to see this now. Oh, now.
Oh, it's a good one, isn't it? I got another one here as well. Actually, I'll do two more. They're distracting.
Oh,
Might as well.
goodness. That is some nostalgia right there.
What about this one? This one always used to play on my school computers back when I was in primary school. This is Flower Box.
Stand by. I'll just wait for the stream again.
And of course, after Flower Box, there's only one more that matters. Flip back to that a second. That is...
Oh, the Flower Box?
The Flower
Oh
Box.
my gosh. I haven't seen this in ages. My goodness.
Well, are you ready for this one as well? This one was my favourite. And I genuinely let my computer go to sleep just so I could watch it. But yeah, actually, that's a cool thing. Maybe we should do a stream on making our own screensavers.
Joe, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, let's add that to the list.
Now, this is the one I was thinking of when I saw the one that you've just programmed in BASIC.
Yeah, it's almost exactly the same thing. It's on the Commodore 64. Of course, it's in 2D.
2D, yeah, absolutely. This is the exact one I was thinking of when... but I also, you see, have a lot of nostalgia for Windows Millennium screensaver. Things like the Brick Maze.
The Windows 98 Brick Maze.
The Windows 98 Brick Maze.
Oh, I don't have that one, but I've been meaning to get that one.
There was one that was an aquarium.
Mm.
There was one that was a kind of like a haunted house.
My favourite one I had, and I actually went onto the internet to get this, which of course cost a lot of money in those days, and you had to dial it up via phone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I got a Thunderbird screensaver.
My God.
And yeah, if you left your computer long enough, Thunderbird 2 or Thunderbird 1, whichever, would just start moving across your screen. It was brilliant.
Oh, now that's excellent.
Anyway.
And to think the lengths we went to for a screensaver.
Anyway, I think we should probably head back to
quite possibly, yeah.
Basic. On that Adafruit or Adafruit site I showed you, there is another one to type in. This one has a lot of variables. In fact, I can open it up and show you. This one here, and it has a really cool visualization down there, as you can see at the bottom. But of course, that takes on a lot of typing. But still, pretty cool. I also have another website. This website gives you the basics for creating your first sort of text game.
Right.
And this was really quite interesting because it uses a lot of user input. And that makes a lot of sense there. You know, it makes sense how that goes about. And you can kind of see where things are jumping around. And it also has a couple of if statements. So I'm going to pop that one in the chat as well, in case anyone finds that useful. There we are. And I thought we'd finish off today. We'll see how early. It might take a long time to load, so it might not be early. But I thought we'd finish off today by loading up a really good game, but one I have no idea how to control.
Okay.
Which might be interesting. Okay, so let's attach tape image. And here we are. This has the best music. Genuinely the best music. I don't think there's any music that can beat it.
Oh, but Jack, what about us making our own music using AI?
Oh, wow. Oh, the Harry Potter Lady Gaga crossover.
Harry Potter Lady Gaga crossover.
I need to go back
absolutely.
through those files and have another listen. I'll send them to you later.
They were quite something.
Anyway, okay, so let's boot this up. So I'm going to type in load to tell it to load from the tape. And I've already broken it. What's gone wrong?
So a good start.
Oh, okay. No. Well, technical difficulties. Okay, let's just reset the whole simulator. Soft reset. Oh, interesting thing about soft... Oh, no, it didn't do it. Sometimes when you do a soft reset during a game, you can actually see the RAM printed out on the screen, which you can see, you know, all the memory storage of the game. It's kind of cool. Where am I? Oh, it's because I had the number pad set up again. That's on me, that one. Okay, attach tape image, blah, 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 open,
Let me know when the music starts and I will unmute my stream here.
Okay, and just about press play on tape. Going back. Okay, should be loading up now. Genuinely, this intro takes a long time, but oh my goodness. It's very impressive for the time. It's just something you would not... This game sort of blew people away. And it is loading, believe me. Okay, so it's found Last Ninja 3. That's the name of the game.
Apologies if you're getting some feedback.
No worries, I don't think that's coming through. It's still loading. We should start a timer for... Hang on, I'm going to start my stopwatch now to see how long it takes to load. Okay, loading in. This is from 1991, so this was actually towards the end of the Commodore 64's lifespan. Okay, and we get the colours, as we did last time. Oh, my eyes.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, lots of pretty colours. Really burning those eyes out. Yeah, and what you are seeing is segments of the game being loaded onto the screen bit by bit. It's kind of decompressing and storing it into the right places in RAM. Imagine you had to do this every time you wanted to play a game.
I mean...
It's definitely what you probably do is you probably put it on just before dinner, get called to dinner, and then be able to play the game after dinner.
Yeah. Look at it go.
Yeah, it's really going for it. At least... Oh, hang on. Oh, no, we got it. Oh. I thought it was going somewhere then. At least when it comes to we're actually doing this with a proper tape, you can see how much tape has gone past the
Yeah, of
reading head.
course.
Yeah. Do. I mean, I could talk about really boring facts about the processor and how the computer came about itself, if you like.
Well, I mean, we might as well pass some time.
I don't think I want to subject anyone to that. But no, it is impressive to think that we have come from loading like this to pretty much instantaneous games. I mean, the Switch is very fast. And the PlayStation 5, oh my goodness. The fact you can go from one area to the other with minimal loading times.
Oh, it's very impressive.
It's shocking.
You know, it's very impressive what you can do today.
But it's not new. We had fast loading times as far back as the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that was done was with cartridges. So there were three ways of loading your games. There was one loading it from a tape. The other was loading it from a floppy disk. And the third was using a cartridge.
The thing is, the cartridge hasn't really gone away, though, is the thing.
No.
I mean, they've certainly shrunk.
Side note, have you ever licked a Switch cartridge?
No. And
Everyone has... First time you see a Switch, you have to lick a Switch cartridge.
Well, I own a Switch, you see.
Go get it right now and lick that cartridge.
I just don't see why you would want to lick the cartridge.
Well, you have to taste it, the bitterant.
But why?
It's an experience.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, Nintendo spray all Switch cartridges with a substance that makes them taste horrible, and it's to stop young children swallowing them.
I mean, that makes sense, I suppose.
Of course, back in the 80s, you'd have to be very brave. You'd have to be very skilled to swallow a game cartridge.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Because...
I mean, they were gigantic.
Oh, absolutely gigantic. The Neo Geo cartridge was about 20 centimeters wide.
Yeah.
But the things like the Nintendo Entertainment System cartridge about 10 centimeters wide.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're looking at... I mean, let me just measure the sort of length of my iPhone here. And it's not... My iPhone with a case is less than... Well, it's approximately 14 centimeters in length. So when you think about it, anyone who has an iPhone SE, like I do, second generation, I'll throw that out there so that I sound a bit more modern. Your phone is smaller than what a game cartridge was back in the 80s.
Oh, we've actually loaded something, Dan.
My goodness. The stream is still wobbling.
Oh, no, the stream's died!
No.
The stream has died, not now. Okay, I think it's still coming through.
I will confirm the details.
Anyway, here's the most atmospheric intro in all of gaming. Rendered in 8 bits and about 3 pixels on the screen.
I can confirm that the stream did not die.
Oh my goodness, I'm surprised because it did for a second say 0 kilobytes for me. Oh, here we go. Now the wind you're listening to sounds a bit funky, doesn't it? It sounds a bit weird.
Yeah.
The reason is that's a sound sample. So this is actually wind that's been recorded rather than generated.
Oh, I see.
And of course, this is an 8-bit computer, so all the samples are really low quality.
Yeah.
And now... Oh, I need to turn this up.
Oh, I just saw a little comment that additional level 2 graphics.
Oh, you've not got to the music yet.
Oh, it started.
My goodness. Sorry, I'm awestruck. It's one of my favourite intros to a game, actually. I mean, it is very slow, but with that atmosphere and this music, my goodness.
Oh, the music is incredible.
I know. Commodore 64 music, always great. Always.
Oh, these animations, I mean...
I know, there's like 2 frames of animation there. Have you seen how little of the screen it takes up?
I know, it's tiny.
Yeah, the reason why is, of course, the more you write on the screen, the more memory it takes. And yet you've only got... Well, you've got less than 64 kilobytes of memory to work with.
Mm.
A bit like my stream, actually.
Yes.
But no, the... Yeah, to think that every pixel you see on the screen takes 8 bits, and the screen is about, ooh, I want to say 230-ish pixels wide, and maybe 170 tall. 8 bits per pixel, that's quite a lot, and it's all got to be stored and memorized.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got a Roman numeral copyright date. Oh, I reckon that'll be 1991, but I have to double check. I'm not quite current on my Roman numerals.
I'll double check once it comes up on my end.
And believe it or not, we're straight back to loading.
Okay, I've just paused the stream so that I can just check.
All that loading, Dan,
Yeah.
was just for the intro.
My goodness.
And we're back to loading even more.
1991, Jack.
Oh, I was right, yeah. My... Oh, yeah, it's definitely a thing that you would go and make a cup of tea whilst this was going on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it comes to something when rural Welsh broadband is capable of downloading hundreds of gigabytes worth of data for a flight simulator quicker than what a Commodore 64 can load a tape.
Yeah.
You know, that's how far we've come.
Pretty shocking. But I wanted to say earlier, of course, if you're doing it from a cartridge, that's instant.
Mm.
And the reason is the memory is all on the cartridge, and the cartridge actually has extra chips inside it.
Yeah.
So it'll have RAM, it'll have ROM, and it might even have some fancy chips that let it do some more advanced graphics.
Absolutely.
But because the data's all there on the cartridge, and it's being sent out from the cartridge rather than being taken from the tape and put onto the computer, everything from the cartridge is instant.
Mm.
And things like that, that's one reason that Nintendo came out with the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Even though the rest of the industry was still was moving towards CDs instead of cartridges, Nintendo still thought the cartridge was the better choice just because it was faster speeds.
People used to do some kind of jiggery poker with the cartridges in a Nintendo 64, though, didn't they? You could tilt them at an angle and it would do all sorts of bad things.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
If I remember, it was the 64 that you could do that in.
Yeah, so the Nintendo 64 cartridge has got loads of gold legs.
Mm.
And if you tilted it, it puts one leg onto the wrong receiver.
Yeah.
And that actually changes memory in the game. And you can do all sorts of weird things. So with GoldenEye 64, which is what
I was thinking of, yeah.
GoldenEye 007, which is one of the most famous Nintendo 64 games, where you play as James Bond.
Mm-hmm.
If you tilt the cartridge or whack it from the side, James Bond starts dancing.
Yeah.
Kind of. Weirdly. It's more sort of getting scrambled in a whisk than dancing.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a cool effect. And there are other games out there that, you tap the side, and the programmers knew that this was a thing. So they'd put in a secret level select or a cheat screen.
Yeah.
As a reward for you hitting your cartridge.
Which is quite amusing.
Yeah. But then, of course, CDs came along. CDs could store a lot more.
Oh.
Like, I think...
Buying games on a disc.
I know. I think the Nintendo 64 could probably store around 8 megabytes. Whereas the... Actually, it would probably be more than 8 megabytes because that was the Sega Mega Drive, wasn't it? It wasn't much, but the PlayStation 1 could have games that were over 700 megabytes.
My goodness.
Because that's the size of a CD. That's almost a gigabyte. Yeah. And then PlayStation 2 games, they used DVDs instead of CDs. They went up to 4 gigabytes. And how far do you think the leap was when we started using Blu-rays?
It must be quite significant.
Yeah, so the PlayStation 3 era went up to 50 gigabytes. Oh,
yeah.
And we're in. Oh my goodness.
Excellent. Oh, that's good timing because we've only got about we're down to the last sort of 4 minutes of stream.
Yeah, sorry, I'm quickly loading this. Oh no, I killed it. Oh, I just wanted to change my controls. Have I killed it?
Not sure. Hang on, stand by. I can confirm. I mean, this didn't go. Oh, wait. I'm afraid.
I killed it.
Hang on.
No, I killed the game. Hang on.
I'm afraid.
Can I go back?
Hang on. You've killed the game.
I've killed the game.
You've killed the game.
Can I load a snapshot, maybe? Okay. Well, I can load. I can load Cybernoid, but no, I won't.
Well, folks, we got approximately, I would say, 5 seconds of gameplay.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. we had, hang on, how long was that?
I must have been about 5 seconds.
We had over 10 minutes of loading, and I pressed the wrong blooming button. And I reset the game. Oh, it's not been my day, Dan.
I mean, I couldn't read earlier, so...
Yeah, but at least you didn't derail this whole stream.
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't say it's been derailed. It's been filled with fun facts and nostalgia.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You can not watch the video and listen to it as a podcast. There you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, anyway. Yeah. We might as well do our wrap-up then.
I suppose so.
Yeah, so hang on. Let me get set up here because, of course, I don't have anything ready because it's all decided to break on me. Remember, you can always head to the Technocamp's website to see all that we're up to.
Mm-hmm.
We are halfway through the summer STEM. It's been great fun. I wonder if there's a video of it out yet. Probably not. Again, you can always check our social media as well. So we're on Facebook, Instagram,
all of the above.
All of the above.
LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, we're on LinkedIn if you want.
Twitter,
yeah. I'm sure there's more. There's probably more, but I can't remember. Of course, we're on YouTube. Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah,
so,
we are.
Of course, you can go over to YouTube and search up Technocamps, and you can find all of our past streams are much better and more professional streams that I thoroughly recommend you watch instead of this one. You can also find lots of videos and how-tos about doing certain things. Things like MakeCode Arcade, Scratch, all that gubbins, Gamefruit, Greenfoot, all sorts. Back over onto the Technocamp's website, technocamps.com. Let me pop that in and not press the wrong button this time. Oh, and in fact, I just knock a mouse off the table. You can see all that we're up to, including the rest of the STEM academies we've got. So, of course, the Swansea STEM Academy is coming to a close, but if you are interested in any of the others, have a little look on this page of the website. You can get to it by going to the front page, then going to the second blob
Yes.
of the banner across the top, and you can click straight on the robot and have a little look at what we're up to. And yeah, all the different hubs are up to something, and yeah, there might be something interesting. I don't want to spoil it too much. Again, with the Wrexham STEM Academy, so keep an eye out on YouTube for what Dan and I are doing for that. Or if you're in the area, you can go ahead and visit the actual festival. And yeah, if you want to be notified about that, and you want to be notified by our future streams, which will be much, much better because I won't be exhausted, you can, of course, subscribe and like, and that will really help us out.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I will be. When will I next? Oh, so I won't be back now until the 19th, will I, Jack?
No, that's true. Yeah.
So I'm going to be disappearing for a little while.
As for what I'm doing next week, though, let me just double check, see if I want to spoil it. Oh. Well.
I do remember, I believe, what we decided upon.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Google wants to re-verify my identification. It's not letting me sign in. So even when we're trying to do the simple admin bit at the end, still the stream breaks.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's all not loading. Oh, it's going up and down.
It's turned into a bit of a mess, but it's okay.
Next week, we're going to be doing some motion graphics. We're going to be redesigning some of our Technolive screens. Absolutely. And partly the reason is because we desperately need a technical difficulties screen.
Absolutely. And I'm going to be very much looking forward to seeing what you come up with.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if I have any creativity left in me after the STEM Academy. But yeah, no, we'll be looking at creating some new screens, and I'll be doing it in Blender. So if you've got interest in CGI, or a bit happy, want to get used to Blender, then that's the stream to catch. As always, Thursdays at 4:30. That's the one. Anyway, that's it very much from me.
Yeah, from me as well. Thank you very much, everybody.
And I hope you enjoyed, and all I can say is sorry. Bye, everyone.
Take care.